Hey, what's up guys, this is Akshay. Welcome to part 2 of I Switch to Linux. So I moved to Pop! OS 10 months ago and the experience has been phenomenal. And thank you for your love and support on that video. It did really well, more than I expected. So today we are making kind of an update video to this part 2 of this. So I moved from Pop! OS to Elementary OS. So we're going to discuss about why I moved from Pop! OS to Elementary OS. We're going to also discuss about Elementary OS top features and experience. I'm also going to discuss and share with you my updated app list and services that I use to enhance my day-to-day workflow, which includes video editing, light photo editing, light gaming, web development, as well as work from home. So what you're waiting for, let's get started, shall we? So guys, welcome back. So first question I got answer that why I moved from Pop! OS to Elementary OS. So the answer is honest and simple. Because everyone was talking about the Elementary OS. You can see the review on your screen. Every developer or content creator or a Linux nerd talks about this distribution, as well as for App Center. Now App Center is what makes Elementary OS special. So it's kind of a paid and premium site of Linux, which is available for free, but also you can pay for it. So it has pay as you go model. So let's discuss about Elementary OS. So this is my beautiful desktop. As you can see, I have a beautiful Tesla wallpaper as well as the white taskbar. So the beauty of Linux is that you can customize it the way you want. So it comes with the Pantheon desktop environment, and I'm running this dark Mojave theme. So Mojave, the Apple theme. So you can see it's all dark, with an exception of the top bar to be white. So everything is dark, as well as the whole system apps. Let's talk about settings, is also dark, and you can see it's running Elementary OS Hera, which is currently the latest release, but the version is 1804. It's not the latest version. Like when I was on Pop! OS, I was running on 1905, and now it's 2004. So it's kind of old Ubuntu, you can tell, but that's the beauty. Because it is on old Ubuntu, it is on stable release, so it's more stable than the Pop! OS. There's no app crashes, and for me, I use Kdenlive for video editing. I spend most of the time in this application because it's really good, and because of 1804, it's more stable. So you can see this is a Kdenlive 2004 running on 1804, so no problem with the latest release, as well as everything just works flawlessly. So this is the beauty of Elementary OS. It's stable, it's beautiful, you can customize the way you want. Before showing this, let me show you the default apps of the Elementary OS. So default apps are really good, like music app. Man, this is just amazing. Simple music app, great sound, great customization, A+. Gallery app, which is also surprisingly really good. I mean, all the stock apps are so good that you don't need to download external apps. A+ for that. As well as you have App Center for everyone, which opens the door of great apps. As you can see, App Center is also dark because of that Mojave theme. Definitely. I will try to link this everything in an article, so stay tuned for that. Actually, I have done that, but I have updated that. So I will update that article and will link you in the description. So don't worry about it. So you can see there's some great apps that are exclusive to Elementary OS. For example, Memories. So what is this Memories? So a very fast image viewer designed for extra local libraries. There you go. And you can see this. This is called pay-as-you-go model. So even if you can't afford it, you can just do it zero and get it for free, or you want to donate it, you can donate it. So in this way, I actually downloaded the Elementary OS for free, but the first day itself, I liked it so much that I donated to the App Center development. So they are bringing a great update to the App Center, which will make it more like Google Play Store. So stay tuned for that. I will make a review video on this because I will get the early access to the App Center. So I will definitely try it. So you can see stock apps are great. The App Center opens a door for very good apps. Let me show you that. I have created an article for this, what's on my computer. So I'm gonna update this and add all those apps which it's missing. So as you can see, there's some elementary exclusive apps like Fondo, okay, Easy SSH. Now these apps might be available for other distributions, but it's mainly available on Elementary App Center. So for example, let me show you Easy SSH. So this app is basically a SSH manager, which basically links to all the servers. So we have a DTSMG server where we host a website, so that's good. Also you have Fondo. So Fondo is the app for which I have flashed this wallpaper. So one click, you have new wallpaper and you can update it daily. So that's the beauty. And it comes from Unsplash, if you know unsplash.com. So these kind of apps are actually come from popular sources. So as you can see, you can have beautiful wallpapers, tech wallpapers, car wallpapers, nature wallpapers, and very good. And everything in dark and white theme, I just love it. Okay, so this was about the Elementary OS. Its performance is okay. Let's talk about performance. Why okay? So if you want to game, or if you're looking to get the best performance from your PC or laptop, definitely you should try Pop! OS, because Elementary OS, I'm not finding that level of performance that I found on Pop! OS. So how can I explain you this? Okay, so for example, games, let's take CSGO. In CSGO, in Pop! OS, I was getting around 50 to 60 FPS, which is 10 FPS less than what I was getting on Windows. So if you are a gamer, definitely Windows is your thing. But if you're a light gamer like me and you want to play some time and get it working, then definitely Pop! OS is the A+ choice for gaming on Linux. So here I'm getting 30 to 40 FPS. You can see the performance drop of 20 FPS right here. And this is with everything, even for file transfer. Now it has a very nice file apps, but when I transfer files, I was getting to my NAS, I was getting around 5 Mbps of 5 to 7 Mbps of transfer speed, whereas on Pop! OS I was getting around 9 to 10 Mbps of speed. So in everything, performance aspect, it's a little bit 20% slower than the Pop! OS, and that's because of the amazing customization as well as performance improvements in Pop! OS. They are really great people. Their operating system is really polished and stable. They will get you best performance out there. So why I still on Elementary OS? Because I just talked, Pop! OS has amazing performance. That was my favorite distribution. You can watch the video here. But why I'm still on Elementary OS? For two things. Number one, as I talked to you about stability. So Kdenlive is my video editor, which crashes very less. As well as to show you the power of Kdenlive, we have this 2020 texture launch which happened on January. So every year I actually create a video to showcase what's new with the DTSMG. So new in the websites, new in YouTube channel, new content coming in, all that great things. Every year I use the Adobe Premiere Pro as well as After Effects, but this year, because I'm on Linux, I'm not using those apps. I use Kdenlive, I'm using GIMP, the photo editor app, as well as I'm using my old PSD files, which just works properly with GIMP, as well as motion templates, which is just an MP4. You can import it in Kdenlive. Voila. I will show you the video. I will link the texture launch. But let me show you inside the Kdenlive. So I have actually backed up it. Let me try to load it. Okay, Enter 2020 Kdenlive. Open. Okay. Okay, continue. Okay. So our logo is basically here, as you can see. This is actually a motion templates, and you can see, and this is from Canva. So Canva motion templates, old stuff all together. This is what we are doing launch. You can definitely watch the video. I remember in 2019 it was such a mess to use After Effects because it was so much lagging on my laptop. But this, within 2 days, I was able to launch this video. and max 3 days I will give it touch up and make it final to 1st January launch. So even I worked late this year, I was able to upload that video on time, and that's because of this Linux stability. So absolutely, I'm not going back to Windows. And because of stability, number one reason why I'm on Elementor OS. Number two reason why I'm still on Elementor OS is because of audio quality. So if you have watched the Pop! OS video versus this video, you will find a great difference in the mic quality. It's the same mic, it's the same Boyle Apple mic, it's the same laptop, it's the same driver in this laptop. It's just that optimization as well as the drivers in the kernel, because on Pop! OS I downloaded an external driver for Lenovo because my mic was not working. Whereas on Elementary OS, out of box, you can see a mic icon here, and I can amplify the sound and I can customize it the way I want. So this is the reason where my sound quality got improved. I was able to create more videos, the stability got improved. This is the two major reasons, and third reason being App Center, that I'm still on Elementary OS, I'm not switching back. Also, the Elementary OS next version is coming soon, so stay tuned for that as well. Okay, so let's move to the next thing. So we discussed about design, performance, App Center. Now battery life is also mediocre. As I said, performance Pop! OS. Battery life also Pop! OS. You get a decent battery life, but not as good as Pop! OS, because Pop! OS has a battery optimization feature where you can just turn off your graphics card. Whereas here, you have the apps, which is taking a lot of hours, but there's no much customization here. So you can't turn on the performance mode or go to the power saver mode. There's nothing like that. So the battery life is mediocre, I would say. So that's why I'm still in Elementor OS and I absolutely love it. Now let's move to what apps I'm using. So as I already discussed, Kdenlive, GIMP, this video I already discussed with the review stuff. So I created this article also on my Linux computer. Last year, I created this Switch to Linux cheat sheet, but I got the backslash from the Linux community because it was more towards what I am using and less towards what new Linux comers should use. So they were telling like there's no apps, which professional apps are not there. This article is garbage. So what I did is I updated this article now. Now it includes top apps that Linux community is using. So I'm using GIMP, which is in this article, which I created separate. So what's on my Linux cheat sheet is separate, and what's and the Switch to Linux cheat sheet is different. So you can see more apps like Krita, Pixlr, Doctable. These are amazing apps. But I found GIMP to be more like Adobe Photoshop. It's easy, it's free, so I switched to it. As well as Lightworks. Of course, I have Lightworks installed, but I am not using it because it's paid. I use Kdenlive. I have installed Blender, but I don't use it. You have DaVinci Resolve, which doesn't work if you have open source AMD graphics card. Simplenote is my favorite app. It's still here. So I'm not discussing all the apps that I already used. You can watch the Pop! OS video for the same. But other apps include Lutris, which I discovered after the Pop! OS video. Someone in comment said, hey, you can try Lutris for gaming. It's just amazing, guys. With Lutris, I installed the Epic Game Store. So as you can see, Epic Game Store. And now I can play GTA 5 on this machine. Yes, GTA 5. Perfectly fine. All I did is just go to Lutris and search for Epic Games, yes, and install Epic Games, and then open Epic Games and then install GTA 5. Voila, nothing needed. It just work out of box if you have installed Lutris and everything properly. So that's great. So other browsers, there's a lot of options that you can definitely try. So if you are coming to Linux, or if you're on Linux, you want to try more apps, give this article a shot. If you want to learn more about all articles I'm using, like I'm now using LBRY, and I'm happy to announce that we are on LBRY TV. So LBRY is kind of a YouTube alternative, which is open source, as well as the video quality is really, really good. So you can definitely follow us on LBRY. It has a desktop app, Android app, iOS app. It's available everywhere, and it's decentralized, and it's based on blockchain. So dope. TickTick is my favorite app. There's no Linux alternative for it, but I just use the web version, and this way I'm staying more productive. It's highly recommended. I recommend it to everyone because you can basically do a lot of stuff. So fitness, learning, personal task, website stuff, and definitely you can do a lot of things here. Also, you can see mobile apps, which I'm not discussing in this video. Let's talk about the Linux apps. So I also discussed about the elementary exclusive like EasySH, Fondo, Nodejot. So Nodejot is also nice. It's actually Notepad for Linux. So there you go. You can note down the notes. Nodejot. You have Typewriter, which is also a good notepad app. Caffeine is also, you can definitely, I'm not just reading this, you can refer to this article. So these are the apps that I use for games. Of course, Steam is there, and I have a good collection of games which I play. Now let's talk about MS Office. So yeah, we made a video of Microsoft Office working perfectly fine, and we showed how to install it, and that was the time when I moved from POP to elementary. So I also showed a demo on POPers, as well as I shown the install guide on elementary, so you can watch that video here. Now you can see it's the full Microsoft Word working perfectly fine on Linux machine. Now of course there are some caveats. The caveats include when you minimize it just disappears because it doesn't work well with Pantheon or Chrome desktop environment. If you have KDE, then definitely it will work. Also, sometimes it crashes for no reason, like it did right now. But we're gonna keep trying. Okay, you can see Word started. So a little bit delay because it starts to whine. Once the whine is started, every time it's way faster. It's way faster than my Windows, and you still get not responding here. That's how Microsoft works. Their app still gets, but still you can see this is a non-activated and a PowerPoint also opened, as you can see. But the best thing is that on Pop OS these templates was not working, but now the templates is working, so that's just amazing. And it's fully functional Office, but because of such small glitch like opening late, or when I minimize it, let me show you that. When I minimize it, you get this, right? It's a little bit weird that you don't get in the dock, and you get this. Sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it just lags. So it's nice. You can get it to work. For example, you have some documents which only open in Microsoft Office, good to go. But for everyone else, and for me personally, I use Google Docs, Sheets. You can see it's all here. But for offline editing, I use only Office. And I'm specifically emphasizing it because this application is better than LibreOffice. Why? I mean, number one, stability. Number two, it's very similar to the Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, as well as if you open the documents, it works much better. So for example, this is an Excel file which I created for my work from home office. It just works fine here. I mean, I didn't expect it to, because in LibreOffice it's all bonkers. The things are here and there, and it's not properly organized. But I mean, this is really good. Like, it's fast, it's fluid. So definitely, if you're looking for an Office alternative for Linux, Open Only Office is your first choice. But if you still things that stuck to Microsoft, you can use this Microsoft Office Word Excel 2010 on Linux. So I will also link that somewhere here and here. So now let's move to the next challenge, which is work from home. Now I'm able to do video editing, I'm able to do photo editing, I'm able to do glide gaming. It's all good, it's all stable. What about work from home? So I work for a network company, and there they use a lot of Windows stuff. So their mail is an Outlook. They use their Telnet clients, and they use Firefox, Chrome, Internet Explorer. I mean, Internet Explorer in 2020, they use it because the CRM is on Internet Explorer. So I just can't use this on Linux. So what I do to work from home on Linux? Well, I just install a virtual machine. I mean, VMM or Virtual Machine Manager is pre-installed in Elementary OS. All you have to do is just need an ISO file, just install it, voila, you can start your machine. Now I'm not going to start because I have allotted 4 GB RAM to it, and my laptop has 6 GB RAM. So it just runs fine. I mean, of course, there's some glitches. Like I'm not able to share files unless I have a pen drive, or and my NAS is not connecting in there. But other than that, Windows stuff like the CRM I talk in Internet Explorer works fine, mail works fine. I'm able to work 8.5 hours a day on that machine, while I'm also able to do things on side on this elementary OS A+. So let me show you my specs. So we will do Neo Fetch. As you can see, currently I have the Intel Core i5 2.9 GHz AMD Radeon graphics card and 8 gigs of RAM. So in this 8 gigs of RAM, I've allotted 4 gigs to Windows, and it runs fine. It's glitchy. I mean, it's not smoothest, but the performance is really good. I'm able to access different radios, telnet radios, open 6 to 7 tabs. It just works fine. It doesn't crashes, number one thing, and because it's on this Linux file structure, it actually runs faster than Windows itself, which is good. So that issue is also solved. Now the next thing is games. I don't play a lot of games, but some games perform really well here. Not FPS point of view, stability point of view. For example, if I want to play GTA 5 on my laptop on Windows, I had to wait half an hour to get it load, number one, and then it will constantly lag and crash. Whereas on Linux, even it's not officially supported, it launches within 10 to 15 minutes, even less than 10 minutes, and I'm able to play. Of course, it still crashes here. That's because when there's too much movements in the scene, my graphics card just crashes everything. That's the same thing with the video editor as well. So I have a limited hardware here. So that's kind of stuff is there. But other than that, I'm really happy with this. I'm not going back to Windows, and I think you should switch as well. We have everything. We have cheat sheet ready for you. We have my apps and recommendations. So try it out. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye now.